$500 a month for 30 years turns into $1.2 million. That's not a typo. That's not some hypothetical fantasy. That's basic math that 93% of Americans will never take advantage of. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why that number is real, how to make it happen, and what it actually looks like year by year. Because most people have no idea what 30 years of investing actually does to money. Let's start with years 1 through 10, the grind phase. This is where most people quit. You start investing $500 a month into a broad market index fund, averaging 10% annually. Year 1, you've got around $6,300. Year 3, roughly $20,000. And here's where it gets psychologically brutal. Year 5, you've invested $30,000 of your own money, and your account is worth about $39,000. You've gained $9,000 in 5 years. $9,000. Your brain is screaming that this isn't worth it, that you could have bought things, gone on trips, lived a little. This is the wealth filter. This is where average separates from rich. By year 10, you've put in $60,000. Your account is worth around $102,000. You just crossed the six-figure mark, and roughly $42,000 of that is money you never earned at a job. It just appeared. But here's the pattern interrupt you need to hear right now. That first $100,000 took you 10 years. The second $100,000 will take less than 5. And that's not motivation. That's compound interest, bending the laws of financial physics. Years 11 through 20, the tipping point. This is where the math starts to feel illegal. Year 15, your portfolio crosses $300,000. You've invested $90,000 of your own money. The market has handed you $210,000 for doing absolutely nothing but staying consistent. By year 20, you're sitting at around $380,000. Some projections put it over $400,000 depending on actual returns. You've contributed $120,000 total. The rest, pure compound growth. In years 11 through 20, your money started making more money each year than you contribute. Read that again. Your investment gains are now larger than your annual contributions. You've essentially cloned yourself financially. There's another you out there working, earning, and depositing the profits directly into your account. And most people will never experience this because they couldn't get through the first 10 years. Now let's talk about years 21 through 30. The wealth explosion. This is where the graph goes vertical. Year 25, your portfolio is approaching $750,000. You've personally invested $150,000 over 25 years. The compound growth has added $600,000. By year 30, assuming that historical 10% average, you're looking at $1.1 to $1.2 million. Let me put this in perspective. In the final 5 years alone, years 26 through 30, your portfolio grew by roughly $400,000 in 5 years. That's more than the entire first 20 years combined. This is what exponential growth looks like when you actually stay in the game long enough to see it. Your money is now generating over $100,000 per year in returns. You've replaced a six-figure salary with a brokerage account. But here's the part that should make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about the cost of waiting. If you start this exact same strategy at 35 instead of 25, investing $500 a month until 65, you end up with around $380,000. Not $1.2 million, $380,000. That 10-year delay cost you $820,000. Let me say that differently. Sleeping on this decision for 10 years is the equivalent of burning $820,000 in cash. Every single year you wait costs you roughly $82,000 in future wealth. That's not an opinion. That's arithmetic. And the brutal truth is this: you can't make up for lost time by investing more later. Someone starting at 25 with $500 a month will beat someone starting at 35 with $1,000 a month. Time is the weapon. The amount is just ammunition. So what do you actually do with this information? Step 1, automate $500 a month into a low-cost index fund. If you can't do 500, do 200, do 100. The amount matters less than the consistency and the start date. Step 2, forget it exists. Don't check it weekly. Don't panic sell during dips. The people who became millionaires through index funds are the people who did absolutely nothing during crashes. Step 3, increase your contribution by 1% every year. If you get a raise, invest half of it. Your future self will not remember the slightly nicer apartment. They will remember the 7-figure portfolio. This is Brian Justice. If this video made you think differently about time and money, subscribe. I drop videos every week breaking down the mathematics of wealth that nobody teaches you. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one, because the best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is before this video ends.